All right, let's get into this. All right. Do I have the goat? I do. My mascot. I have with me all day. Did I buy the? Oh, did I buy the goat? No, I didn't. I didn't buy the goat. No, I was gonna buy a goat yesterday. They were on sale. How much do you guys think a goat is? How much do you guys think a goat sells for? Let's see. Okay, 5,000, 2,000, 1,000, 1,000. Okay, so 3,000. Okay, so yesterday they were on sale. They were gonna sell me if I bought one, it was $100. If I bought two, it was 150. Yeah, bro, goats are super, super, super cheap. Yeah, I don't know why people think they're expensive. They're super cheap. I don't know if you guys know, but goats are like ducks or like bunnies. They reproduce like fuck ton, like all day. That's all they do, you know? Get 10. No, I was actually thinking of getting two. So I was gonna get two goats. I was gonna name one Set and then the other one Forget, like Set and Forget. But yeah, I don't know if I can even handle a dog right now. So I don't I don't want to go. No wonder why my grandpa has 100 in Mexico. Yeah, bro. They're not they're not anything special. All right, so let's start off this week, right? So to start off with the pairs that we had last week, we have Euro AUD. Euro AUD, we were looking for the day trade pretty much when it came back into this area, have the buy up. As you guys can tell, pretty much did that. Didn't have much continuation, which is fine. I do believe this week we are going to have a wick retracement into this level. If you notice, I actually love when this happens right here. I love when this happens at the week opens and it just blows up because this is where 90% of the traders are going to get happy and they're going to want to get in right now. But little do they know that the market has to create even something as small of that of a wick. So they'll buy up here, they'll put the stop loss somewhere around here, and then they're like, bro, why'd I get wicked out? Like, dude, because you don't understand, it's got to create the wick. So this is, I like this because it keeps me out of the trade because it creates the wick before. And it's like, all right, it could probably already blow up, but it has to create the wick first before having the push up. Obviously, it could still have the move without the wick. Like here, if you notice, this candlestick just opened and it had a huge momentum. But like out of 10 candlesticks, like not it's probably like out of like every 20 candlesticks it'll do that. So the odds are more than not that it's going to have a wick. If it has a wick, comes into this area, we can get some nice buying power, and then will touch around like the 4-hour EMA, right? So plan remains the same for Euro AUD. Euro JPY, same thing. Could have gotten the buy. Pretty much we had the buy here, but then the 4-hour went bearish. Could have used that still to take the trade. I didn't like it, but the trade could still play out. Still waiting for the same thing this week. Doesn't look that interesting in my opinion. AUD So I am still in AUD Like I am still holding this trade. We have the weekly creating a bullish weekly candlestick. Now, the only thing I don't like from my trade is that it could, create a bigger wick, something like this into here before having to push to the upside, stopping me out. It's a possibility. You have to be realistic. And I'm totally okay with it if it does happen, right? Because I assumed the risk before I took it. But I do think this area could hold it up. I think this level of resistance can hold it up. I think the level of EMA can hold it up. The structure level can hold it up. So I think we're looking good. So yeah, I just remain inside this trade. I'm not looking to take any positions now. I'm just looking to set and forget, either hits my stop loss or hits my take profit. I did not enter there. I entered here. Yeah, I entered. I don't know. I would have to check my phone wherever I entered. But yeah, I'm still pretty much staying on this trade. So for new entries, pretty much like whenever if it comes back a little bit deeper and it gives you a rejection around here, that would be the most ideal to take the trade. We already know these NZD USD. So NZD USD, kind of like I said last week, I just want to wait for it to get back to this level right here, back to this area of interest. So we haven't made it there just yet. You notice we just wicked in. I needed for it to get a little bit closer to this body. So then it could obviously come into this body and this body and this body. So I could bring it down a little bit, but I need for it to come and tap this zone before I take the trade to the downside. And it'll also be tapping the daily EMA. So this trade actually, if it does come into this level, it'll be very nice. I actually like this one a lot. USD CAD. Yeah, we could have still been holding this, but probably not. I would have not held it that long. The structure continues. You guys are seeing like the importance of just going with the trend. If you guys notice this pair, where is it? This pair has, well, this pair has all time frames in sync. We have weekly, daily, 4-hour in sync. And that's all you need. Like, this is what you need to keep the momentum going. You want to buy at the daily or weekly structure level. So you just set and forget the whole entire way. Like, I don't want to get in the middle here. I just don't like it. I feel like it's a lot harder versus getting before the push to the upside, right? So USD CAD for me right now, I don't really see anything clean. Euro GBP, I actually like Euro GBP a lot. So Euro GBP on the weekly time frame, we are obviously bullish. We've had a huge weekly pin bar rejection from structure level. We go down to our daily time frame. The daily time frame is technically, let's see, are we bullish or are we bearish on the daily time frame? Let's see. Look at it good. Look at it good before you guys say, are we bullish or bearish? It could be a little tricky. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. All right, so we got 3 wrong. So we are technically bullish. If you notice, this is lower low, higher high, higher low. It hasn't broken above, hasn't broken under. So the daily time frame is bullish. And then if we go to the 4-hour time frame is obviously bullish as well, meaning we have 3 time frames in sync, which is fire. And we have just broken above. I think I said this last week. I think I literally said this last week. I think I said, I'm like, I don't want to buy or sell in this zone. I want to wait for, I don't know, I had to check last week's recording, but I think I literally said it. Like, I want to wait for the break above to then buy or the break under to then sell. So right now we're obviously above a very clean level of resistance, 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 support, resistance that could definitely be used as support to head to the upside. But like the other pairs, we need to create that wick. A wick like that, tapping the daily EMA would be beautiful, because then that means that the next daily candlestick should be something like this. So I'm going to wait for that wick to be created. And then on the 4-hour, that'll look very good as well, which will probably be like a 1-hour bullish engulfing, obviously after the wick and stuff. But this is actually my favorite one for the week. I'm going to put this as my number 1. NZD CAD. Bullish, bearish. I'm good. AUD CAD. I'm good. Gold. Gold. All right. Before I say anything, you guys remember this from last week, right? I said we got to come back to our area of interest here to then have the long to the upside. Like I gotta get somebody to clip all these things. If you guys can clip all of these things, I will pay you guys. If you guys can go in there and clip it and just pretty much just every single week just show, because like I feel like I don't like I probably don't catch every single trade, but I'm literally predicting every single move. Right. So if any of you guys are willing to clip it into last week, and then when we look at it live now, I'm willing to pay you guys. So if you guys want like a little side hustle or like an opportunity, you guys can go ahead and check it out. You guys can go ahead and do it, right? Because I'm literally calling these moves. I said it from the top here. I'm like, all right, so this is looking exactly the same as NZD CAD when we have a huge peak. Then we're going to head to the downside. When we get to this area of interest, then we're going to have the push to the upside. I said it with gold. I'm like, all right, we're at the high. So we're at the point now where we're going to sell. We're going to stop either at 0.1 or at 0.2 to have the push to the upside. There's a shit ton of sell opportunities. Like if you guys can clip these things, that would be fire. So right now we've obviously had a beautiful weekly bullish engulfing from do you want me to send it through Discord, Insta, or Telegram? Honestly, if you can send it through Telegram, it'll be a lot better because Discord, I'm still getting to learn how to use it. Or just reach out to me. However, now I'm sure I can see it, Michael. So we have a huge bullish weekly egg engulfing candlestick from weekly EMA and round psychological 1800 level. The only thing I don't like is that we are right now on the daily time frame at a higher high, obviously lower low, lower high, lower low, and we have a higher high on the weekly time frame, and we're pulling up to this like kind of resistance level. So I'm like, what everybody, I mean, I can tell you what it's going to do, right? What I think it's going to do. I think it's going to have some type of like a wick retracement. I don't, I'm like, why hasn't the candlestick popped up? But I know gold opens a little bit later. So I think we're going to have maybe like a little bit of a wick pullback, maybe around into this level. And then if we can maybe have a rejection from like a level around here, we can have the push to the upside. The only way I do see this going long is if we manage to do this to head up to the upside. So if we body close above break, then I do see this heading here. But if not, I kind of see it staying under here, right? So for gold, I'm not that crazy about. AUD USD, not interested in. USD JPY, not interested in. GJ, not interested. See, I like this, right? So I love this. So there's obviously a rejection level. Clearly, we're rejecting it. That's what you want to look for. If this is a level that is being rejected in the past and we're rejecting right now, that's a good sign. The only thing I don't like is how the daily is bullish at this level, and all this in here is like choppy as shit. Like I don't want to be involved in the middle of this. I want clear traffic in or out, but I don't want to be in the middle of it. Euro USD. I don't even like Euro USD. CAD JPY. Nothing. CAD JPY. Daily time frame. All right, look. So this looks decent. But it's the same thing. It's kind of like choppy land, if you notice, choppy. But we are, yeah, I'm good. See, like if I have to think about it twice, I don't even want to pay attention to it. It has to be clear. It has to call my name. I don't have to call it or look for it. If it doesn't make sense to me, just won't take it. Again, we're in choppy land in here. GBP I already know what I'm waiting for there. And then GBP USD. So GBP looks solid. We're under this weekly structure. Daily 4 hour. Yeah, I'm good. All right, so for this week, I think my top pairs are the less the better, right? So we have this, we have this. All right, so we have Euro GBP. We already know what we're waiting for here. We're waiting for some nice rejection from here to go long. If I'm gonna look to go short, it's gonna be under here to go short, not here, because I don't really like it. I don't want to sell in here. I want to get out of here. So this would be my short, but the trade that I do want to get is the long to the upside. AUD JPY, set and forget. If you can get a nice pullback into here, manage to get a better trade than I do, fire. Just when you go take it, make sure you got a little bit more room with your stop loss. Because if you notice, I'm like my stop loss a little tight. I should be under that wick, but I wanted like to this structure level. So you can have it a little bit bigger. Let's say the under here, which let's say like 55 pips, and then you just have a bigger take profit. So let's say like this structure point, or just a 1 to 2.5. So just make sure you give it some nice breathing room. Euro JPY. Only reason why I'm entertaining Euro JPY is because like, yeah, I like NZD USD better. Fuck that. So we'll get rid of it. Yeah. So this is better. it's just so much easier looking at 3 pairs throughout the week. So NZD/USD, we need a touch of this level right here because it'll be a touch of very strong level 1, 2, 3. Hopefully wick into the weekly EMA. We got the daily EMA pulling up here, and then the 4-hour EMA by the time we come up, like everything else. By the time we come up into here, we get this, we get the climb up, and then we need the break, the shift, the EMA shifts, everything the same. That is what I'm waiting for this week.